In this video, I want to show you an essential skill that will be used in many, not all, but many of the Area 1 and Area 2 WebAssign assignments. And this skill is trying to find where two graphs cross. So here we're going to find where the graphs of f of x equals x squared plus 2 and g of x equals 2x plus 5 cross. And here you can see I have I've drawn a graph of f of x in red. Right, that's this thing right here, f of x, and g of x, this one right here. Now, finding where these cross comes down to an essential observation. But before I give you that observation, let's first just look at what's going on with, just try and think of what f of x does, right? So f of x takes as input, right, x, and spits out an output, which is the y value, right? So let's say we take as input x equals 1 into our function f of x. So this value, right, here, right, this is, or the height here, the y value, right, this value right here, right, this is f of 1, right? So you could think of, I like to think of it as the height. How far you go up at 1 is f of 1. All right? And similarly, let's say you have some number, I don't know, let's say 4. How far do you go up at 4 for g of x, right? You go up this far. You go up whatever g of x tells you to do, right? So this height here, this is g of 4. All right. So with that in mind, now the key observation. Notice that wherever they cross, notice that wherever f of x and g of x cross, namely that point right there and that point right there, that whatever that number is, whatever those numbers are, and let's just put question marks in down here. Let's say whatever that is and whatever that is, right? Notice that we could think of this height here. Oh boy. This is f of question mark. Notice that is essentially, that is exactly g of question mark. And same thing over here, right? Same thing for that right there. Of course, these question mark values are different numbers, but the concept is the same. So that's the concept. If you want to find where two graphs cross, you set them equal to each other and solve for x. All right, so where do the graphs cross? Well, let's see. So to answer the question, this question, where do the graphs of f of x and g of x cross? You set them equal to each other, right? And the point here is that they cross at the place where they're equal, right? Where their heights are equal. Okay, so f of x equals g of x, x squared plus 2 is equal to 2x plus 5. And now remember from a previous class, if you're going to solve something with a power bigger than 1, right, you have to set everything equal to 0 and do some sort of factoring or what have you. So let's see, we've got x squared minus 2x plus 2 minus 5 equals 0. To get to here, right, I just subtracted 2x and 5 from both sides. Okay, that's x squared minus 2x minus 3 equals 0. Now we can factor. Let's see, x and x. Not a whole lot we can do with a 3, right? We've got a 1 and a 3. Let's see, negative times negative would be positive. Okay, let's see what, so we need negative there, positive there. And so solving this now, let's see, x plus, I guess we should check. Let's see, x times x is x squared, plus x minus 3 would be negative 2, and then we'd have positive 1, and negative 3 makes negative 3. And so x plus 1 equals 0 when x equals negative 1, or x minus 3 equals 0 when x equals 3. And so now we know that these spots where they cross are negative 1 and 3. And just to hit home the point, right, notice that if you plug 3 into f of x, I'll let you do that. I guess we could just do that, right? If you plug 3 into f of x, right, you get 9 plus 2 is 11. And if you plug 3 into g of x, we get 6 plus 5 is 11, right? There we go. Same thing with negative 1. F of x will equal g of x.